Hey guys, I am super excited for this video today because I'm bringing you one of the first full looks at the entire Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill Round 2 Champagne Collection. Now I know a lot of people realize and have been able to get their hands on the Champagne Glow Face Palette collection, but there is also an eye palette that is limited edition and also two other products too in the entire collection that will be launching at 9 a.m. on May the 26th, so really soon. But I was lucky enough last week to get invited to the launch party in New York City, which I went to, so I have all of the products and have had a chance to play with them. First of all, I have to say thank you to you guys because when I got the invite to go to this party in New York City, I was like, who, me? Like little old me. I couldn't even believe that I got the invite. I have to say Jaclyn is such a genuine, humble person. In real life, she is just like she is in her videos. So warm and so sweet. It was a pleasure meeting her, and it was a pleasure meeting everyone. I got to meet so many influencers and also people at Becca at the party, and it was just one of the best nights ever. So I do have to say thank you so much for you guys, because without you guys, I wouldn't have the opportunity. If you guys want to see some snaps from the party, then check out my vlog. It was the last video I uploaded. So the first thing that Jaclyn is coming out with is this right here. This is the Champagne Collection Face Palette. Holy crap, this packaging is to die for. I'm literally dying over this gold outer packaging. My palette actually still has the plastic on it, but this is actually a hefty packaging. I know people said it was lightweight. It is light, but it also has a nice heft to it. So this is like a blush and highlight person's dream palette, especially if you like pinky peachy corally type blushes. And the first blush that you get is one of Becca's new formulas. It is their Luminous Blush, and this is in the shade Rose Spritz. This is a gorgeous pink with a little bit of a peach, and I would say it's a coral with a ton of gold luminous shimmer in it. I thought this was going to be a sheer color, but when I applied it today, it was super pigmented, so you need a light hand. This shade can be used as a standalone blush, or what you can do is you can use it as a blush topper because it is a luminous blush, so it adds a lot of sheen and shimmer. So if you want to amp up a more matte or satin blush, you can lay this on top, or you can go to town. So I'm wearing it today as actually a blush topper, and it's really nice. The next shade along is Amaretto, and this one is described as being a matte toasted almond. I would say that it's a true warm nude blush. It's got a little bit of your peach, a little bit of pink in there, and brown. Becca's blushes have some of my favorite blushes. They do kick up a lot of powder because they are very soft, but they are also very buildable and pigmented, which I really like. So you can go for a very sheer wash, or you can build it up for a lot of blush, which I like a lot of blush. So that's what I usually do. And this is what I am wearing closer to the backs of my cheeks, and I popped on Rose Spritz on the apple. The last blush in the palette is called Pamplemousse. Pamplemousse. It's a French shade, and that's also French for grapefruit, I believe. And that's exactly what the color is. It's a satin. It says it's described as a matte, but I would say it's more of a satin grapefruit color. It's a very nice warm coral pink. Right up my alley, super pigmented. So if you're fair, you're going to want to use a light hand with that one. And then on the bottom, you get two of their highlighters. You get Champagne Pop, which we all know and love. This one has a peachy undertone, but it also has white, gold, and silver to it, I find, when it reflects on the cheek. I would have said, if you had asked me before this palette came out, that Champagne Pop is definitely the most intense, most like beam your highlight and bring the aliens home from space highlight ever. But Prosecco Pop has taken the cake, and that is the final highlighter in this collection. Oh my god, you guys, Prosecco Pop is like blinding. And this one is a true gold highlighter. Yellow tone gold highlighters for me are really flattering on my skin tone because I have a lot of warmth to my skin tone. I think if you're fair, you're not going to want to bring Prosecco Pop all the way to the apple of the cheek or round too far. You might just want to use it closer to the backs of your cheekbones, like right around this area here. I also think if you were darker and you found that Champagne Pop was too ashy for you, Prosecco Pop, you are going to love it because yellow tone highlighters on darker skin just looks phenomenal. So today, I know my highlight is literally beaming off the camera. I can see it all the way from here. My highlight is super on fleek today, and that is because I mixed Champagne Pop with Prosecco Pop. So it is super pretty, super intense. I'm also wearing Prosecco Pop like on my nose as a nose highlighter, on the Cupid's bow. I basically drown my face in Prosecco Pop and then added a little bit of Champagne Pop as an accent. And this is going to cost $52 US, and it is a limited edition palette. Once this is gone, this is going to be gone for good. Okay, I totally apologize for this bootleg part, but my camera cut out this entire part showing you guys the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection eye palette. It is not a secret, I was in love with the Becca Ombre Rouge Shadow palette last year, and this one has 2 shimmer shades and 3 mattes instead of being all matte, and I am obsessed to say the least. The first shade in this palette is called Chardonnay, and it is described as being a sheer gold with undertones of pink and flashes of soft yellow. It is a white gold, but on my skin tone, the duochrome pulls through a lot of yellow, so it makes a beautiful inner corner highlight, but I wouldn't use this under my brow. The next shade is the shade in the palette that Jaclyn created, and it is called Champagne Toast. It is a reflective peach with a dash of like red bronzy undertones and cinnamon to it. It is super sparkly and super pretty, and Jaclyn has said that this shade will look different on every person depending on the skin tone. This is the shadow that's on my lid today, and I forgot to tell you I am wearing all of these shades today. The next shade in the palette is Cordial, and it is a matte rose with warm undertones, basically a dusty rose color. These kind of shades are my absolute favorites to wear in the crease. Instead of doing a more orangey transition color, I have been doing a nice dusty rose, and I love the effect that it gives. So that's what's in my transition today. And then we have Cognac, which is a flattering, warm, matte coffee color. I have this through my outer crease and directly in my crease. It's the perfect buildable color. I love that Becca shadows are on the buildable side, so you can do something very sheer or you can build it up. And then we have the last color, which is Bordeaux, and this is a nice deep matte rich chocolate brown with burgundy undertones. It's definitely got those warm kind of chocolate berry undertones, and again, I love that this can be built up like I did in my outer corner for something more smoky, or you can just add some subtle definition. And again, this is another limited edition product. This will retail for $40 US, and once it's gone, it's gone. So Becca will only have all matte eyeshadow palettes, so if you want to try Becca shadows and you love shimmers, this is the one for you. I would get it before it sells out. So that's it for all of the limited edition items in the collection, but Becca is also expanding the original Champagne Pop line to include 2 more permanent pieces. Here is the Shimmering Skin Perfector liquid version of Champagne Pop. The liquid illuminator can be used obviously on the high points of your face. It just comes with a little pump. You can use it to traditionally highlight, or what you can do is you can use a pump of this and mix it with your foundation for a super glowy finish. Or if you suffer from a disease known as extraness like I do, you can use this as a face highlighter, and then you can go on top with this corresponding powder version if you want your highlight to be unbelievable, basically. And so that is what I did today. I have this under all of my highlighting, and it really just amps up the highlighting to the next level. You guys can just see, I mean, do I need to say more? So this will be added to the permanent line of the liquid shimmering skin perfectors, and it will retail for $41 US. And then the next thing that they're adding is the Champagne Pop in the poured version. I love this. I have been using and abusing Opal. I have yet to use the Champagne Pop version, but I know the formula very well. This is perfect for my oily skin girls. If you still want to get that highlighted glowy effect, but you want it to be a little bit more natural and understated, or if you are mature and you worry about like fine lines or crepey looking skin or very dry skin in the highlighted area, this is going to be your savior. So if you want to try Champagne Pop and you weren't a fan of the pressed, get this one because I swear you will love it. This has a ultra emollient formula. It's very, very creamy, but when you pat it on the skin, it is not as intense or as dewy or as unforgiving as the liquid or the pressed version of Champagne Pop. You still get a really, really pretty glow, but it looks very more natural and more like you're glowing from within as opposed to you used highlighter on top of your skin. This again is a really versatile product, and it will retail for $38, and it will be permanent in Champagne Pop. So yeah guys, those are all the products. These are all the products on my face because I went to town today and I was like slapping on as many of these as I could because I was like, hell yeah, I'm so excited for new products. Becca is known for their fresh, natural, glowing makeup, and I think now is the perfect season for all these colors and finishes. So I am super excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this upcoming collection. Set your alarms for 9 AM on May the 26th, and I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts. Bye guys.